and pictures.
Hello, I've made a little leopard out of thin card. I've coloured it exactly the same on each side. And now I'm rubbing some cooking oil into it. I'm going to leave it to dry, and you'll see why a bit later on. What a lovely leopard. Lorry, letterbox. What else can you see that starts with the same sound? I'm fixing 2 rods to this leopard with pins. Now, I can make it move. It's a puppet, but it's a very special kind of puppet, and I'll show you how it works. Right, if I turn this lamp on and put my hand between the light and this screen, then you can see a shadow. Now I'll try it with the leopard. There. The colours are lovely and bright. That's why I used the cooking oil, because it helps to make the colours glow. There's a leopard a bit like this one in the story today. It's called The Leopard's Drum. Osibo, the leopard, was fierce, proud and boastful. He made a huge drum and he played it every day. Animals came from near and far to see it. It was a magnificent drum, the best they had ever seen. They all wished it belonged to them. Even Nyame, the sky god, wanted it.
"Osibo," he said, "that's a wonderful drum. I should have a drum like that. Will you give me your drum?"
No, said Osibo.
"Will you lend me your drum?"
No, said Osibo.
"Will you let me try your drum?"
But Osibo said, no.
"You should respect me, Osibo. I am the sky god. Animals of the forest, whoever brings me that drum will get a big reward."
And Nyame disappeared. Next day, Onini the python went to get the drum.
Looking for me, Onini?
Oh, no, Osibo. Just looking at your fine drum. Your huge drum. Your magnificent drum. Good day, Osibo. Next day, Esano the elephant went to get the drum.
Looking for me, Esano?
"Oh, no, Osibo. Just admiring your fine drum. Your huge drum. Your magnificent drum, Osibo. Goodbye, Osibo."
The next day, something strange moved slowly through the forest. The animals were puzzled. Some were frightened.
What is it?
They whispered.
"Whoever can it be?"
It was Azraboa the monkey going to get the drum. He hoped Osibo wouldn't see him behind the mask.
Looking for me, Azraboa? Oh, no, Osibo. Just looking fine, huge, magnificent.
Last of all, Achitchery the tortoise went to get Ossibo's drum.
You haven't got a chance, the other animals said.
Not a titchy little weedy little creature like you.
It was true, the tortoise was very small, and in those days her shell was quite soft. She had to watch out that careless animals didn't squash her flat.
Well, I'm going to try anyway, she said. Looking for me, Achitchery? Not really, Ossibo. I was just looking at this drum. Don't you think it's a fine, huge, magnificent drum, Achitchery?
Well, it's all right, I suppose, for a middle-sized kind of drum, Ossibo.
Middle-sized? You ridiculous creature. Don't you know this is the biggest, the best drum in the forest?
Well, said Achitchery, I've heard that Nyame's got a bigger drum.
What?
Said Ossibo. Oh, yes. It's so big he can climb right inside it, and not one bit of him sticks out.
Well, I can climb right inside mine,
said Ossibo.
Just watch.
Ossibo began to squeeze himself into the drum.
Am I inside, Achitchery?
No, not nearly, Ossibo.
Now, Achitchery?
No, not quite, Ossibo.
Now, Achitchery?
Yes, Ossibo. Now you're inside. But you can't get out. And Achitchery sealed the drum with a large cooking pot. Now I'm going to take you to the sky god. Slowly, Achitchery pushed the enormous drum with the heavy leopard inside it all the way to Nyame. Here is Ossibo's drum, Nyame, and Ossibo is inside.
Well done,
said Nyame.
No one else could get the drum, and you have taught that boastful leopard a lesson. Let him go now and decide what you would like as your reward.
Achitchery looked round. All the other animals were looking jealous and cross. She thought for a moment. Please, Nyame, she said, most of all, I would like a hard shell to protect me from fierce animals. Nyame laughed and gave her a tough, hard shell. And Achitchery the tortoise still wears it today.
We've come to the Horniman Museum with our homemade drums. My drum is made out of a biscuit tin. My drum is made out of a popcorn bucket with a balloon on the top. I put rice in mine to make a noise. Mine's a pink box with brown paper on the top. We've come to see some African drums.
This is Mario.
Keep it going. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
There are all kinds of African drums. This is a djembe drum and you can make 2 different sounds with it.
First, on the rim, and that gives me a high note. And secondly, the middle, and that gives me low sound. And then I put the two together, and it sounds like this.
This is a calabash drum.
Yes, It is a calabash drum. Inside it are pebbles.
This is a talking drum.
Yes, and I use a stick to beat it. When I squeeze it, it sounds like this. And if I don't squeeze it, and I put the two sounds together, it sounds like this. Are you ready to talk to my drum? Yeah! Okay, let's go then. One, two, three.
Woo! Brilliant. Now here's a different kind of sound to listen to. Which animal makes a sound like this? Lamb. Letter. Lively lamb. Log. Lion. Lazy lion. Letterbox. Lion, lamb. Lion, lamb. Both these words start with the same letter. Watch how Magic Pencil writes it. Top to bottom and flick. 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 I've made a lion and a lamb to try out on the screen. When I turn on the lamp, have a look. Bye. See you next time.